Hello gamers, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 93R machine pistol. This is a very interesting gun and a very good gun as well. It's kind of like the Tech 9, but it's a little bit different because one, it can 3-shot in CQC, and two, it's a burst. But let's get into the statistics of this gun. 93R is capable of doing 34 damage in CQC and 20 damage in LRC, but basically up to 30 studs, this gun is a 3-shot kill, which the Tech 9 only does 32, 31. It's a 4-shot kill, and this is a 3-shot kill, which means that we can basically one-burst people, which is crazy. I mean, it doesn't have the RPM that the Tech 9 does. It only has 1100, but 1100 is still a lot, and one better shot to kill might be worth it. It's also worth mentioning that you can load a +1 into this gun and have 21 bullets. That means you can burst 7 times, and you can kill people with one of those bursts. That's pretty good. Some people are just not gonna like the fact that this is a burst, and I can completely get that. However, it is definitely worth trying because you don't have to have that good CPS. Like, my CPS is pretty low. I don't have a very good mouse for it, and I can still totally burst this thing very fast because it just has, it's not like the M16A4 where you can't really hyper burst it that much anymore. It is hyper burstable. You can shoot it at 1100 RPM with the bursting, which is very fast. I mean, it's not as fast as the Tech 9. Even with a muffler, the Tech 9 shoots like 1400 RPM, 1423 or something like that, and this shoots at 1100, so it is quite a bit lower, but that doesn't mean that it's not good, you know? RPM doesn't really translate to better most of the time because higher RPM generally means lower damage guns, because you can't have a high RPM gun that does 1,000,000 damage or something. That would be broken. It's Colt SMG, just kidding. I mean, sort of. It's pretty good. Anyways, for a secondary, you can't have a 1500 RPM gun that also is a 3-shot kill. That would be crazy, unless it only 3-shotted to like 5 studs or something, and then it would be kind of balanced. Still, any gun that can 3-shot at 1500 RPM is crazy. That would be crazy. So 1100 RPM 3-shotting up to 30 studs is really good, because guess what else? What other gun can do that? It's called the Vector. The Vector can 3-shot up to 30 studs as well. It has 1200, but it's not a secondary. This is a secondary that can do that. So a secondary Vector, but it's a burst. So yeah, you can come to your own opinions on this, but I think that it's really good that it can 3-shot and even 1-burst people. It's not super broken or anything because the Tech 9 does exist, but it can 3-shot. Tech 9 has more RPM, but it can 4-shot. And using a burst is a little bit weird. So I can see why you would want to use both of them, but I think they're pretty balanced actually. The Tech 9 isn't really that much better. They're actually pretty balanced. But let's get into some attachments. First off, for the sight, I recommend Delta sight, but I mean, you could probably use any of them unless some of the sights make the scope go to the front. I just don't like when that happens. It's on the Tech 9. You can't really use reflex or anything. Delta's like one of the few that you can use because most of the sights go to the front of the gun for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but the Delta sight doesn't do that on the Tech 9, and it probably doesn't do it on this gun. I mean, it doesn't, but some scopes might. So I do recommend Delta sight. Delta sight is just one of my favorites, if not my favorite. For barrel, you can probably use, I was using the compensator and I was like, this is pretty good, but the muzzle brake after I started using it was better. It's just better overall. It's like using it for the Tech 9. It does have a lot of recoil, and the recoil is still kind of all over the place, but you just want to get down the vertical recoil so your spray patterns are just more efficient. And at long range, yeah, you're not going to be able to hit shots anyway, so it's not really going to matter that you have a really nice horizontal spray pattern. Just a vertical spray pattern is kind of what you want to keep down. For other, you can use any laser. I use green laser, but honestly, any of them work. Blue laser. This gun has tri-laser. Tri-laser would be really cool on it. And finally, for ammo type, I don't recommend any ammo types. Hollow points, meh. You already 3-shot, there's really no point. It doesn't really increase your shots to kill, and it also makes your headshot multiplier worse, so there's really no reason to use that. However, armor piercing is also going to be a no. Usually I'm like, armor piercing is decent, but it's not in this case because you lose your 3-shot. It's no longer 34 damage up to 30 studs, it's 34 damage up to 15 studs, which is going to heavily decrease your damage in CQC. I mean, technically it doesn't actually increase your damage in CQC, but it makes it so you can't hit 34 until 30 studs, and honestly most fights happen between like 15 and 30 studs anyways, so you need that 3-shot at that range. So just use normal, just use none. So in conclusion, use delta sight, muzzle brake, green laser or any laser, and none. If I were to rate this gun on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's a really solid gun, and it's really good for what it does in CQC. Just, it's a machine pistol. You don't expect it to do anything more than like 2 studs away, and it really kills people in CQC. I just kind of like the Tech 9 more because the Tech 9's auto, and it just makes things less complicated. But I could totally see where you would use this gun over the Tech 9. I just prefer the Tech 9 over it. For newer players who haven't unlocked the Tech 9, this is a very good option. It's definitely worth checking out, and unless you have the Tech 9 already, just use it. Like, if you want a machine pistol, this is one of the better ones. I don't really like the Glock 18. The Tech 9, I feel like it's more usable for me, but this is definitely a contender for probably top machine pistol. So anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Sorry for the late upload because my hard drive was full, so that's my bad. Hopefully this gets out by like 6:30 on, what is today? December 2nd, and I'm gonna have to make another video after this, so stay tuned for that. It might be a Tech 9 video, and then that video I'd be talking about why I like the Tech 9 more than this gun. But you know, this is still a very good gun, and thank you for recommending this. It's a very fun gun, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.